It's fitness under the lights, and these are the men who are going to be putting on a show for this capacity crowd at the tennis stadium in the StubHub Center in Carson, California. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Sean Woodland alongside Bill Grundler, and that man, the two-time defending champion, currently sits atop the overall standings after 8 events, but right behind him, another former champion, Jason Khalipa, and then rookie Garrett Fisher rounding out the top 3. They will be facing the very first event in CrossFit Games history.
The best in the world right now, going after the original workout, rowing 1,000 meters, 5 rounds of 25 pull-ups and 7 very easy, quick, light jerks at 135. Again, an easy workout for these guys, but let me take this back. They will make it look very easy. The amount of fitness that we've had since 2007 has been incredible.
In 2007, the very first CrossFit Games were held at the now famous ranch in Aromas, California. Chris Spieler was there. Brett Marshall had the fastest time in that event at 13:07. Chris Spieler, the CrossFit legend, did it in 13:52, and so far, out of 3 heats, only 1 man has not beaten that time.
You know, that's just incredible. But this is what CrossFit's all about. We want to be able to observe it, we want to be able to measure it, and we want to be able to repeat it. Right now, we're repeating that to see just how much improvement we've had in that amount of time since 2007.
Your overall leader is 2-time defending champion Rich Froning, and there is a sold-out crowd here at the tennis stadium at the StubHub Center on hand to see if he can hang on to that lead and take it into the final day. The tickets that went on sale to get you into the tennis stadium sold out in 15 minutes.
I knew a lot of people from our gym that were trying to get tickets, and they sat there literally for 2 hours trying to get in, and that was 2 hours past the time it was sold out. They just tried to hope to get in there, do whatever they could. That's how important, that's how wanted and desired this seat that these people in this tennis arena have right now.
We've also had events in the soccer stadium here at the StubHub Center for the first time, and that place was jam-packed, and overall we're expecting more than 24,000 fans to attend the 2013 Reebok CrossFit Games. The athletes in this 4th and final heat for the men are trying to chase down Lacey Kovac's time to beat. They're getting ready to take the floor now.
Here they come in lane 1 in 11th place, Justin Allen. In lane 11 in 10th place, Jordan Troyan. In lane 2 in 9th place, Albert Dominic LaRouche. In lane 10, currently in 8th place, Chad McCabe. In lane 3, currently in 7th place, Josh Bridges. In lane 9, in 6th place, Scott Paycheck. In lane 4, currently in 5th place, Marcus Hendrick. In lane 8, currently in 4th place, Ben Smith. In lane 5, currently in 3rd place overall, Garrett Fisher. In lane 7, in 2nd place overall, Jason Khalipa. And in lane 6, and your overall leader, show some love for Rich Froning. 1 minute.
It took Rich Froning 8 events to do it, but he got himself on top of the leaderboard. Now the question is, can he stay there? A couple guys in this heat who can do very well at both of these movements in lane 8, Ben Smith, and also in lane 3, Josh Bridges.
Josh Bridges is the man to beat right here, I think, in this event. The guy comes in with a whopping 81 reps of pull-ups at one time. So 125 is well within his realm to be able to do these all the way unbroken, 25 reps for all 5 rounds.
In lane number 8, Ben Smith, who currently sits one spot away from that final place on the podium.
You know, he's been doing exactly what he needs to do this game. He's looking unbelievable, solid in almost every event that he's in.
And here we go, 1,000-meter row. After that, 5 rounds, 25 pull-ups, and 7 push jerks at 135 pounds. And on this initial 1,000-meter row, you're certainly not going to win the event, but you could possibly lose it.
And we haven't seen one person that's been off the rower first that's actually finished the event in first. So again, it's not all about the row, but you have to be able to stay with the pack. The athletes that are better at the pull-ups, you know, again, that's what this whole race is in the pull-ups. So something unique here is we've had Rich Froning, Marcus Hendren, and Scott Panchik all were basically doing the same 1,000-meter row, and Jackie in the regional, and all 3 of those athletes all basically finished in within 1 second of each other. I mean, they were flying. That was blazing there. So it'll be interesting to see what it'll do when you add another 85 pull-ups on top of that.
Jackie is one of those named workouts where you do 1,000 meters on the rower, then you do 50 thrusters at 45 pounds, and you close it out with 30 pull-ups. And there was a mad scramble to the finish line at the Central East Regional. Rich Froning was part of that. The time to beat, Lacey Kovacs out of Budapest, Hungary, 9 minutes, 10.4 seconds.
All these athletes know exactly what this row is. It's just a task they have to get through before the real workout starts. All of them want to be, you know, they want to have a good time. They're not trying to get their best time right now, but they want to be solid, they want to be strong, they want to have enough energy to get through those rounds of the pull-ups.
Josh Bridges in lane 3 might not be first off the rower. He doesn't have a good 1,000-meter time, but Scott Panchik currently sits in 6th place overall, trying to work his way up the leaderboard. Panchik, in his CrossFit Games debut last year, finished 4th. He was 2nd behind Rich Froning at the Central East Regional competition.
You can see right there, Scott Panchik's pulling a 142.500 split. That's a good time. That's going to get him right around the 330 mark. That's exactly where he wants to be, along with everyone else. They're all going to be sitting there. You're not going to see them dip into the 130s, or at least low 130s. They want to be able to keep that energy for the rest of the workout.
Approaching the 2.5-minute mark here on this initial 1,000-meter row. There is Josh Bridges. He had his worst finish of the competition in row 1. It was the first part of that half-marathon row. He finished near the bottom of the pack, so do not expect him to get off the row first here.
The row is not friendly to those that are vertically challenged. This doesn't work for them. They're not able to pull that chain out far enough. The machine isn't going to read enough distance on it, but he's got a strong pull. He'll be in the pack. Again, in the SoCal Regional, we rode against him in that Jackie workout. Not that he was that far behind, so all he has to do is stay in the pack, and then he knows that once he hits the bar for the pull-ups, he's gonna just move at that point.
The judges behind the athletes all have their hands in the air. That means that they are on their final 250 meters of this 1,000-meter row. And then it's on to the meat of this event. Pull-ups and shoulder to overhead.
Jason Khalipa has definitely put in a lot of road time. Through the first and second row events, he did just unbelievable. Won the first event, which is a sprint, and he looks great right now.
Khalipa's the first man off the rower, but Fisher, Froning, McKay, and Panchik are all close behind him. 25 pull-ups here on this first of 5 rounds. Froning, the overall leader's in the middle of your screen. On the left, in the green, is Garrett Fisher. He currently occupies 3rd place, and Jason Khalipa sitting in 2nd. And it's Khalipa through 16 pull-ups. In 1st place, he's about 3 reps ahead of Rich Froning and Garrett Fisher.
So Josh Bridges came off the rower about 8 seconds after Jason Khalipa, but look at the tempo of his pull-ups. Those short arms, rapid-fire pull-ups. You're not going to have anyone else to go that fast.
Khalipa and Froning are onto the bar. Panchik is there, and now Josh Bridges as well. So Josh Bridges has some time to make up some ground. If he can keep that pace on the pull-ups, he can challenge for the lead here. The time to beat, 9 minutes, 10.4 seconds. It belongs to Lacey Kovacs, and now Josh Bridges onto his second round of pull-ups and challenging for the top spot. Jason Khalipa on the left of your screen. He's onto his pull-up. Scott Panchik in the white shorts, and Rich Froning on the left of your screen in the all-black. He's on his second round of pull-ups as well.
Just unbelievable the amount of pull-ups that these guys are going through for their second round. You're going to see very, very few breaks this early. But, I mean, they're hammering these right now. These are not little guys. I mean, they're all weighing, except for Josh Bridges, of course, they're all about 190 and above, so they're moving well.
Bridges unbroken again, and now to his second set of 7-shoulder overhead. He's won one event so far today. That was in the morning in Naughty Nancy, the running and the overhead squats. If he can win here, he will move up significantly up the leaderboard. He currently sits in 7th place. 100 points would certainly help his cause.
He knew that this is his event right here. Anything that has a lot of body weight movements, he's going to do really well at, especially if it's a range of motion issue. He is flying through these pull-ups, and he knew this is his strength. He knew coming in here that this was going to be his event, and it's his event to win.
Bridges, your overall leader on the left. The two men chasing him and battling for the top spot on the podium. Rich Froning and Jason Khalipa. In the box on your right, the two of them getting to the pull-up bar at exactly the same time. Bridges gets through 15 and hops off.
Again, I think that's a smart move. He needs to conserve himself. Yes, he's ahead of those guys, but he wants to be solid through all 5 rounds of those pull-ups. That's a big chunk still at 15 to get through there, so strong work so far.
Josh Bridges through 25, and now back to the barbell. 6 minutes have gone by. Bridges with more than 3 to chase down Lacey Kovacs and lock up his second victory of the day. Rich Froning currently sits in second along with Scott Panchik. Jason Khalipa's in third, so the 3 of them battling for second place. Garrett Fisher on the left of your screen is trying to catch up with Marcus Hendrick, who currently occupies 5th place.
Wow, the number of breaks that the bigger guys, Rich Froning and Jason Khalipa, are taking are much more significant than Josh Bridges. He's hammering that instead of 25.
Froning is trying to get through his 7 reps and catch up to Bridges, who's now through 10, now 12 pull-ups through 13. He took a break at 15 last time, and he does it again this time. So Josh Bridges has a pace in his hand as Rich Froning joins him on the pull-up bar. Scott Panchik currently in 3rd place. He's battling with Jason Khalipa for that spot. But Rich Froning doesn't need to beat Bridges here. He just needs to stay ahead of Khalipa and Fisher to stay in 1st place overall and get 1 step closer to his 3rd straight CrossFit Games title. Now Bridges is done and moving on to the barbell for the 4th time.
He is absolutely on fire right now. He's moving so fast. The way he's getting through those pull-ups is just unbelievable. And again, since we have all 3 of these athletes on the screen, when they're doing the pull-ups, you can see how much faster his reps are going than the larger athletes. The longer arms are just killing them compared to Josh right now. And those guys have unbelievable times right now.
Josh Bridges has Lacey Kovacs in his sights, as well as 100 points and $3,000. He's back on his 5th and final set of pull-ups. He's through 7. Rich Froning is on the barbell for the 4th time. He currently sits in 2nd place, but more importantly, he's ahead of both Jason Khalipa and Garrett Fisher.
Rich Froning is a very intelligent athlete. He knows exactly where he is and where all the other athletes are. He knows the math. He knows exactly what he needs to do. And yes, of course, he doesn't want to lose to Josh Bridges. But you're right, he's doing exactly what he needs to do, which is staying ahead of Jason Khalipa.
Bridges through 20 pull-ups, 5 to go. And Lacey Kovacs is not going to have the time to beat for very much longer. Josh Bridges has already pocketed $3 grand early in the morning. You might want to start writing that check. Josh Bridges with 7 reps, and he is going to demolish Lacey Kovacs' time of 9:10. Josh Bridges won once earlier this morning. Make it twice on Saturday.
Unbelievable job. Look how poised he is right there. Doesn't even look exhausted. This was a workout made and designed for him.
Now the battle for 2nd place between Rich Froning and Scott Panchik. Panchik on the right, Froning on the left. Froning with about a 4-rep lead on Scott Panchik. Panchik, a guy that many thought had the potential to possibly beat Froning here.
You know, the fact that they're going head-to-head, that just shows what kind of a great athlete Scott is. Having Rich Froning right next to you, and he's the trying to chip away at him, but wow, Richard looks great.
Rich Froning flirting with second place overall. He's not going to get it. He won't beat Lacey Kovacs, but Rich Froning will finish second in this heat, 9:14.7. That ties him for fourth in this event. But more importantly, he finishes ahead of both Jason Khalipa and Garrett Fisher. So Rich Froning has a chance now to widen his lead heading into the final three events. This is the 9th of 12 scored events in the 2013 Reebok CrossFit Games, known simply as 2007. And now Jason Khalipa on the bar for the final time.
You know, even though Jason didn't beat Richard, he still has a great time, still moves quickly. Again, that's not a small athlete that's doing that 125 pull-ups. Great job for Jason. He's hanging tough up at the top there.
Khalipa in 9:50 flat. Panchik's time was 9:25.5. Now Marcus Hendren trying to lock up fourth place in this heat. Khalipa's result was good enough for 9th place in this event. And now Marcus Hendren is in, and he's congratulated by Josh Bridges, who looked like he just went for a brisk walk. Hendren 10:09.7.
Marcus Hendren, I'll tell you what, again, coming in the last qualifier in from that region, he is definitely right up there with Rich Froning, showing that 5th place. He just wasn't primed for regionals. He just had to kind of make his way, and he's peaking for the games.
Ben Smith, he finishes 6th in this heat, 10:30.8. That's good for 20th in this event.
Wow.
Justin Allen is in. There, Dominic LaRouche is in. Now Garrett Fisher, who is in 3rd place, is going to drop. Ben Smith may have caught him. Ben Smith will finish 20th overall in this event. Garrett Fisher will finish 27th, so Ben Smith may have moved himself into 3rd place overall. Jordan Troyan is in.
Yeah, Jordan Troyan, you know, Jordan Troyan's been in there in the big heat, in the big dog heat since the beginning, and he's never come out. So great job for that rookie.
Now the big Australian, Chad McKay. McKay standing 6 feet. He's 225 pounds. That's not a body weight that enjoys this type of movement.
125 reps with that much weight, that's damaging, but you know, he's such a strong athlete. He's doing great. He gets it 1 rep at a time, but that's exactly what he needs to do to get through this workout.
Now 7 reps to go, and he'll throw this thing around like it's made of plastic. And then he will come across the finish line. So Chad McKay, the last man on the floor here in the 4th and final heat. And the big Australian, Chad McKay, is in. He came in 10th place overall and finished 36th in this event. But Josh Bridges, with 100 more points, he won 2 of the 3 events today. Setting ourselves up for an interesting Sunday. Bridges is first. Rich Froning finishes in 2nd place. Will widen his lead over Jason Khalipa. And Scott Panchik finishing in 3rd place.
Unbelievable job right there. He was solid. Again, just stayed consistent throughout the whole thing. Great on his pull-ups. Obviously no problem on the push press. Slipped in there into that 3rd place in that heat.
2nd place, Rich Froning didn't need to win the event. Just had to stay ahead of the guys who were right behind him, and he did just that.
Did exactly what he did, but you know what? This is almost kind of for game style Rich's thing. Doesn't have to win. He hasn't won any events this time, but he's up there high enough. That's what gets him to the top of the podium every year.
CrossFit Games are all about consistency. Rich Froning wrapping up 2nd place. And then it was Josh Bridges. Wasn't first off the road, but once he got to that pull-up bar, you blinked, you missed it.
All he needed to do was stay close to everyone in the row, but it was all about the pull-ups, and he absolutely crushed the pull-up bar and the rest of the field when it came to that movement. Blew it
Amanda
away.
Krenz is on the competition floor with the event winner.
All right, thanks, guys. Josh, did you feel like this workout was made for you?
I've done it a few times, so I knew what it felt like, and I knew what I was shooting for, which was about what I got, so I was happy. I mean, it's hard to complain about a workout with 125 pull-ups when you weigh 165 pounds, so I was really excited about it.
Well, some people might complain about that, but not in your case.
Right.
What was it like for you to do a workout that was done at the very first CrossFit Games?
Oh, it's so cool and honoring, you know, like to be able to do something that, like, when the CrossFit Games was founded, you know, like their final workout. It was a cool event, and I'm really happy that they did it, so it was awesome.
What do you think about where you're at in the standings right now?
You know, I'm not exactly sure where I'm at, but 7th still? Okay. That's fine. I'll take
might change.
Yeah. So we'll see. Yeah, it's not bad. I'm not in a bad position. I'd like to be a little bit higher, but it is what it is.
You've got tomorrow.
Exactly.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.
Good job. Sean, back to you.
Thanks, Amanda. Josh Bridges winning 2 of the 3 events here on Saturday, and now moves himself into 6th place overall, and he wins this event by more than 30 seconds over Lacey Kovacs, the only man to go sub-9. Updated overall standings now. Rich Froning widens his lead. Ben Smith is creeping up on Garrett Fisher. And Josh Bridges making up ground now with 554 points with 3 events to go.
You know what, I think we're going to have a little bit of shuffle with this leaderboard, but wow, that was a great job for Josh Bridges. It's definitely starting to put him in a better position, or at least closer to the podium.
Great Saturday for Josh Bridges, and a great Saturday at the 2013 Reebok CrossFit Games. We had Naughty Nancy. We had Josh Bridges winning. We had cleans and jerks. We had a big bearded Canadian, some wild fans, and a lot of great action at the 2013 Reebok CrossFit Games. 9 down, 3 events to go. We'll see you tomorrow in Carson, California.